see when these people get in. All right, we got people joining from TikTok. What's going on, everybody? We're going best bet of every MLB game today. So we haven't been able to get live for a little bit, so we're excited to get this one for you guys today. I think it's gonna be a good one. So Evan, why don't we get right into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
White Sox at the Cubs. Now, I mean, obviously Cubs are in our 3-team money line parlay today, but aside from that, what's going on in this game?
Yeah, well, wind's blowing out of Wrigley, so runs in bunches. But Cade Horton, he's only making a second career start for the Cubs. His line was 5.5 on DraftKings, 4.5 on FanDuel. Take the under 5.5 strikeouts. A good value there. Now, that line was moving earlier, so it could be at 4.5 by now. You kind of lost the great value there, but it's still a play. Still a play to look at.
Sweet. So let's pull up. Let's show everybody here real quick. Yep, Cade Horton under 5.5 strikeouts.
Yep,
if it's only 4.5, are you okay with that number, or would you?
Yeah, you'll probably get plus money. I know FanDuel was at plus 106 under 4.5. I still don't mind it. His first start was against the Mets. He ended up with 5, but with the wind blowing out of Wrigley, the over under is 12. So runs in bunches today, and they might not let him be out there too long.
All right, I like it. Cade Horton under 5.5 strikeouts, and then obviously we got the Cubs money line. Yes, going with the Cubs. First 5 innings, Cubs. Everything should be Cubs here in this game today. They need a bounce back win here. We see. I think it's kind of rare when you have a heavy favorite like this get 20 points of line movement in their favor on the money line, which doesn't have value unless you're putting in a parlay. So definitely like that. Guardians at the Reds. We were talking earlier. Guardians have some decent metrics. Lines moving in the right way. Betting split going in their favor. Money line, do you like that? And then are there any props that you're liking?
Yep, love the Guardians, and because of Tanner Bibby. I mean, over 16.5 pitching outs. It's minus 130. Analytics have it at 18 today. He's gone over in 4 of his last 5, and he's averaging like 18.5 pitching outs in those 5 starts. He's been on a roll. Just keep it rolling. The Reds have struggled. The Reds just lost a series to the White Sox.
Yeah.
I know they popped off yesterday, but I like Tanner Bibby here.
Fun fact, he actually went to my high school as well. So
I like that.
Definitely cheering him on there.
Well, now we got to play it.
Got to play it, right? We got Tay asking, is under 4.5 okay for Horton? Yes, you're going to
get mind it. Value on that. I bet it's plus money. Yeah.
And then Tanner Bibby in that one. Now, Pirates at the Phillies, another team we put in the 3-team money line parlay here, expecting the Phillies to win this game. What else are you liking?
Give me Bryce Harper over 1.5 total bases. You can get plus money on that too, plus 105. And he's been better against lefties than righties. And he's facing Henny today. He's a lefty. Let's see here. He's only facing 3 times his career, but he's 1 for 3. And then the last 4 games that he's gone over 1.5 bases, 3 of them are against lefties. So here we go.
Yeah, got to take that. And that's one of the most, for hitting stats, that's one of the biggest metrics you can look at right there. Guys, for people who, aren't huge baseball, hitting versus a right-handed versus a left-handed is a big difference. And some guys are just dominant against a particular hand. And, there we go with a lefty on the mound today.
Right. Which is rare because Bryce Harper is a lefty. So usually left on left is tough, but he likes him.
He likes him. And then actually speaking of Bryce Harper, we got his old team here with a nice little betting split right here. Nationals at the Orioles, 55% of bets, but 73% of the money going to the Nationals here. Are you buying an upset in this one?
I don't mind it. Orioles got shut out yesterday. I don't mind it. Don't love it. But Cade Povich for the Orioles, over 4.5 strikeouts. That's plus money. So most of these are pitcher props, and that's because these analytics have been better with pitcher props throughout the season. Awesome. But Washington has one of the worst strikeout rates against left-hand pitching. So there you go. There's another lefty.
Can't complain with that right there. And I do think Baltimore finds a way to win this game because I believe they got swept their last series as well
against the Twins.
I'm
not sure if they got one or not, but
I know
they lost the series for sure.
Yeah, they're disappointed, especially 15-27 is not the record that I think anybody thought Baltimore would have, rolling out in this season. So it seems like they're doing some soul searching, in there right now, trying to figure it out. Let's see. We got Harper bases is over 1.5.
Yep.
Gio, did you already say the parlay? Parlay is going to be the Phillies, the Cubs, and then who's our third team scrolling on the ticker here? Rangers. Phillies, Cubs, Rangers, 3-team money line parlay. Plus 204 is what we got it at. You get right around those odds depending on your book. Let's see, moving on. Mets at the Yankees. I'm excited for this game just as a baseball fan here. What do you see in here? Are you buying money split going to the Mets, or is this, Yankees at home, Juan Soto returns? There's a lot of storylines.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff, but how many fans are watching? They're worried about the Knicks tonight.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's a scary game to touch. I think I'm going Yankees, but it's a scary game to touch. The best prop here is usually I would say stay away from Aaron Judge because everything's inflated, but it's over 1.5 bases minus 120, and
Not
he is
bad at
not
all.
human. I mean, he's over in 7 of his last 10, averaging 3 bases a game. In his last 5, he's averaging 4.5 bases a game. He's faced the Mets 25 times in his career, 27 hits, 12 home runs. He's just a monster. You just got to take it.
Got to take him there. And it is. I mean, he steps up in these, this is probably one of their bigger regular season games they've had so far this year. You got to think at home, the crowd's going to be into it. He's going to want to put on a show for sure. Moving on, Tigers at the Blue Jays. Ton of money on the Tigers in this game. Is this a game you like or kind of a meh?
Yeah, if I did, I'd sneaky like the Blue Jays. But Jack Flaherty on the mound, under 16.5 pitching outs. Analytics average at 13.4, which is a big difference. That's like a 33% difference to the market. And then he's averaging 15.5 on the season, but in his last 5 games, he's averaging 14 outs. And just his betting line in general, he's under in 8 of his last 10. So take the under there.
And then we got a question. Yeah, so would you bet Tigers money line or bet the over in that game? Do you like the over, or would you say under for just total points on this game as well?
I would like the over more, like based on the Jack Flaherty not staying out there that long. I think I would just take the Jack Flaherty there.
Yeah. Flaherty is going to be the better line there if you're looking for a play in that game. Leak said we missed the Nats game. We talked about that game. Cade Povich was the over strikeouts for the player prop in that one, I believe.
Yep.
Now let's see. Braves at the Red Sox. Crochet's on the mound today. A lot of money going, to the Red Sox today. Is that something you like, or not a big fan of this game?
Yeah, I like the Red Sox, but it's Chris Sale and Crochet. I mean, this is good. Now, and with this prop, it's a Chris Sale under his 17.5 pitching outs, which, Chris Sale has pitched really well lately. He really has, but this is just strictly numbers game. Analytics have it at 17. He's under his line at 8 out of his 9 starts this season, I believe. And then he's averaging 15 total outs game. I mean, over 17.5 pitching outs is a lot. You got to go through 6 full innings at Fenway, which is pretty hitter friendly. Give me the under.
And it's just funny looking at this. Crochet 4-2, 1.93 ERA. I think the 2 times we've taken the Red Sox have been
he's given up
by
4.
far his 2 worst
hits
of the year when he's a sub-2 ERA. I don't know how we got so unlucky with that there. But I do like that. Sale under pitching outs. I mean, there's a lot of potential for him to potentially get hit early in this game too.
Totally.
A home game at Fenway, the bats can get hot. And just like you said, you got to pitch really well to go 6 full innings, especially, I don't think the Braves want him throwing 100 pitches this early in the season.
No, and nowadays the bullpen plays such a bigger factor than anything, and they save those arms, especially a guy that he's injury prone anyway.
Completely agree there. Rays at the Marlins. Kind of surprising that this line is only minus 115. Marlins are, they've been a little bit better than expected, and the Rays, I think they're still a hard team to figure out if they're good or if they're bad. We faded them a lot this year, but they do still have some good moments. So what do you like in this one?
I like the Rays, but the line is scaring me. I mean, they almost shouldn't be just a minus 115, 120 favorite here.
Yeah.
But for a prop, Taj Bradley pitched for the Rays, another under 17.5 total outs. I mean, 17.5 is just a huge number, and you can get plus money. And he is averaging right at the 17.5 total outs in his last 10, though. So, I mean, it's trusty analytics, but be cautious.
Yeah. And I mean,
this might be a stay away all the way. I think I would just take Rays money line over anything in this game.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. 4.24 ERA, it's, it does show if he has the potential to get hit early, he has the potential to pitch really well. So that is a tough one. But, just like the other ones, 6 full innings is still, a lot today. 5 years ago, you expected that. Today, you can't.
And the Marlins are a roller coaster. You never know what you're going to get out of them.
And in Miami, too, anything always get a little bit of an advantage being at home there. Cardinals at the Royals. Line has definitely moved into the Cardinals' favor here. This is not a game that I would personally be touching on a money line here. But what about some props in this?
Cole Ragans under 6.5 strikeouts. He's the Kansas City pitcher today. That's plus money also. Analytics have it at 5. So this was almost like a positive EV play this morning. I'm not sure what the line looks like right now, but this morning FanDuel had this line at minus 120. DraftKings was a plus 114. So, but the Cardinals have been playing a lot better as of late. They've been hitting the ball a lot better. I mean, early on in the season, they were one of the highest strikeout rates in the league, but now 6.5 strikeouts. That's another pretty high number.
Yeah, that is. It's a lot to ask. And then we got asked 3 favorite money lines of the day: Cubs, Phillies, Rangers, 3-team money line parlay plus 204. That's what we're locking in today. Astros at the Rangers. Well, just said it. We like the Rangers to win this game. What props stand out here?
Yep, and this one is my favorite. Lance McCullers under 14.5 pitching outs. They got him. Analytics has it at 13, but he's only pitched 4 innings this season. His last time out, he got 1 out against the Reds. He had 7 earned runs, and he only got 1 out. This is only he's only pitched 4 innings this season, so he's still pretty fresh. They're not letting him do much.
Yep.
14.5. He's got to go 5 full. No thanks. Give me the under.
And we like the Rangers to win, which means they better be putting up some runs for us as well here too. Which
should. And we got a Voldy on the mound. I like a lot of things about that game. I like both of those.
We'll get to the Dodgers game in due time. If you guys can, join on X where you can see our full screen share. TikTok bans that all the time, so we can't do that on TikTok. But we got all the games up for you guys. So if you pop on over to X, just same exact handle, you'll see everything we're seeing now. To round out the slate, Twins, Brewers. Not a game that I'm in love with here. What do you think?
No, total coin flip. I mean, it is really a pick'em game also. But for a prop, here we go. Joe Ryan under 6.5 strikeouts. It should be around minus 130, 140 range. Analytics have him at 5.2. It's another one of those but that's also a coin flip. I know it's a high number. He has had a lot of success, and he's gone over this number a good amount this year. Just to be cautious, it might be more of a stay away. But if you're going to play a prop, that's the play.
All right, and then Mariners, Padres. I mean, San Diego at home. Seattle's not a terrible team, though.
No.
Do you like a money line in this game?
I would take the Padres here. And then Stephen Kolek, he's Padres pitcher today, over 4.5 Ks, plus 120. Analytics have him at 6.5.
Yeah, I mean,
he's only had 2 starts this season, and then his last start he had 7 strikeouts. And then Mariners are in the bottom. I think they're 20th or 21st in the league in strikeouts. So 4.5 is not a terrible number to get to, and you get plus money on it. So pretty good value.
Not at all. And I remember last year, Seattle, I think, may have led the league for a while in strikeouts. And, they're a little better this year, but not a lot has changed in that department. They're still swinging and missing a ton of stuff right there. I like that prop. And as you said, I mean, 2 starts. Kolek's pitched really, really well. 7 Ks last start. He's looking to continue to roll. Joining how we like the Cubs at home today. We love the Cubs at home today. White Sox team total over 4.5.
That's a high team total for the White Sox. I know the wind's blowing out. It's just because, the over-under on that game, it got up to 12, I believe. It's probably still sitting there. But the wind's blowing out. It's a high team total for the White Sox, though.
Yeah, I would probably stay away from that one right there. All right, Rockies at the Diamondbacks. I mean, Diamondbacks should win this. I would not recommend touching this this money line here, though. And I wouldn't even, to be honest, guys, I wouldn't even put it in a parlay because if they somehow lose this game, to lose on a minus 420 line is just sickening.
Right. But a prop here, you wouldn't expect it. Corbin Burns under 6.5 strikeouts going against the Rockies. The Rockies do strike out to most in the league, so tread lightly. But their analytics projecting 5.4. In his last 7 starts, he's only gone over twice, and he's averaging 4.5 per game. So I know the Rockies; they're the Rockies, but I wouldn't take the over. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if you want to bet it, bet the under.
That's also one of those lines. Corbin Burns still has that namesake. Against the Rockies, it's going to be inflated. Vegas knows that they can get probably a lot of people betting the over today on this. So
this is where you get them back a little bit.
Exactly. Angels at the Dodgers. This line stayed steady. Games at home for the Dodgers. I think they obviously win, but we didn't put them in the money line parlay. Just an incredibly juiced line as well.
Right. All right. And then this is another one of those, just a high number. Dustin May under 17.5 pitching outs.
Mm-hmm.
He's been under in his last 3 of his last 5. But he's right there. He's averaging 17. Analytics have him at 17. So this is another one of those. It's the numbers are there, but it's scary. I wouldn't touch it.
Yep. Let's see. Money line parlay today: Cubs, Phillies, Rangers, and then do we lean the Rays in that game? Let's just quick pop back. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. You can trust them a little more, and honestly, they're better on the road than at home, which is a crazy thing to say, but they are.
Yeah, they definitely are.
But Tampa Bay has no fan base. So
That's
it's not
true.
even like a home field advantage anyway.
Yeah. Athletics at the Giants for the last game of the day. Giants at home, I would probably take them in that game. Didn't make our money line parlay or anything, but Rays are getting a split. It's not a completely safe game, but I would lean in San Francisco in this one.
Yep, I agree with that. A good prop here: JP Sears over 3.5 strikeouts. Now this is his lowest strikeout uh, line he's had all season, but it is -150. It's a little juicy. Analytics have him at 6.1. He's gone over 5 of his 8 starts, but he's averaging close to 5 strikeouts a game. I don't mind that. That could be a little parlay, help juice the
Mhm.
odds a little bit. Throw that in there somewhere, but I don't mind that at all. 3.5 is pretty low for him.
Definitely. I like that there. And then let's see, final questions before we head off. Any Nerfies? Was there any Nerfies you liked today?
I haven't gone through them yet, but I'll be back with you guys on that tomorrow or
Yeah,
so.
ask in the Discord too if you guys
We'll have
want.
a couple.
Yeah, we'll get back to you guys on that. Do we lean Detroit run line?
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, that's not something I would touch. Do we like the Blue Jays? It's a sneaky upset pick, but I wouldn't, recommend forcing
Right.
anything on it. Let's see, what else do we have? Phillies and Dodgers, like both of them. And then we got some questions on this. Let's end with this. Celtics, Knicks.
Yep.
What
Give me the
are your
Celtics. We're
thoughts
going
here?
to 7.
All right. See, I want to be the Knicks so badly on
So
this,
do I.
but I even without Tatum, I mean, this is still a championship team. Jaylen Brown's he was Finals MVP last year. He's gonna play a great game. Drew Holiday, Derek White, all these guys are gonna step up, and I, the Knicks might be the Knicks tonight and,
Right.
and blow this game here.
Well, even without Jason Tatum, I mean, the Celtics still have the best player on the court, right? Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
You got to think he's
Completely
the
agree.
best. I mean, I know Jalen Brunson's a stud, but I
still,
don't know. When it comes down to it,
it's
I don't
hard.
know. We'll see, though. I mean, hey, Celtics are an underdog. There's
They are,
nothing.
yeah. And this is, I mean, I would love, love, love to see the Knicks, pull a win here and get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think you're right. This might be going to 7.
Right. And that'd be, we'll see how it goes. It's been
Um,
crazy the whole way anyway.
We got a question on game over 211.5. That's without looking too much. I mean, all the money's going on the over, which isn't surprising.
Right.
It has risen though, so that might be trending in the right direction there.
I know Thunder Nuggets ended up going over last night, but these crucial go home games are usually an underplay.
It is.
And that's in a lot of sports. So
That's very true.
I don't know. I wouldn't be. I don't love the over for sure.
Yeah, I would proceed with caution. Someone said best bet is the over in that game. We're gonna see on that. It is hard. Defenses lock up. When the moment
they totally do.
All right, last question: Washington or Baltimore? Kind of like Baltimore to bounce back. Oh, we want NHL real quick. Let's just take a look at the splits here. Nothing here that I would touch. Huge favorite. A lot of money going to the underdog on the road. Home teams have dominated the playoffs, though.
They have. They absolutely have. Except, I mean, the Hurricanes won on the road yesterday, but yeah, home teams are still killing the NHL.
Nothing here that I would touch tonight. Not enough confidence in it unless you guys are huge hockey guys. This doesn't speak to me too much.
Right.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up. But thank you guys for joining. Love doing the player props and everyone. We'll start doing this for you guys moving forward as well. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, we'll start the weekend off.
Definitely.